Bore da, good morning. Croeso cynnes iawn I Brifysgol Cymru a Drindod Dewi Sant ac I gampws Llambed. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the University of Wales Trinity St David to the Lampeter campus. Dyma chydig o ganllawiau cyn I ni ddechrau. Just a few guidelines before we start. Mae'r apel cyntaf yn ymwneud ag y ffonau symudol. Byddwn yn ddiolchgar pe byddech yn troi rhain I ffwrdd neu ei rhoi ar tawel. The first appeal is in relation to mobile phones. We would be grateful if these could be switched off or set to silent. Os bydd ar gyfwng a bod angen I ni waghau'r theatr, please ewch trwy'r allanfeydd ar gyfwng. No fire drills are planned today. If we need to evacuate the theatre in an emergency, please leave via one of the emergency exits on the left and right-hand side of the theatre and go to the nearby assembly point. Please follow instructions from staff. Mae'r toiledau agosaf trwy drws yma ar y chwith. The nearest toilets are out of this door on the left. Lluniau. Un rheol syml iawn. Mae'r diwrnod arbennig iawn. Cewch dynnu faint fynog a fynwch o luniau. Photography. One simple rule at the university. It's a very special day and you're welcome to take as many photos as you like. Pan fydd y fanffer yn canu, bydd y seremoni ar gychwyn ac fe gwahoddir y gynulleidfa I sefyll. When the fanfare sounds, this means that the ceremony is about to start and the guests are invited to stand. Yn olaf, ar ddiwedd y seremoni, gyfynir I westeion aros yn eiseddi nes bod yr ymdaith academaeth a fydd yn cynnwys y graddedigion wedi gadael y theatr. Finally, at the end of the ceremony, guests are asked to remain in their seats until the academic procession, which will include the graduates, has left the theatre. Gyda hynny a eiriau, llawer o ddiolch am eich cydweithrediad, mwynhewch weddill y diwrnod. With those few words, many thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the rest of the day. If you could all please rise for the procession.
Bore da, ystedwch os gwelwch chi'n dda. Please be seated. Mr. President, Chair of the University Council, Honorary Fellows, Members of Council, ladies and gentlemen, graduates. Mae'n hyfrydwch o'r mwyaf gen I gael eich croesawu chi yma I Brifysgol Cymru, y Drindod Dewi Sant, ac yma I Llambed Pont Steffan, ar gyfer y seremoni arbennig hon I ddathlu llwyddiant y graddedigion. It gives me great pleasure as Vice-Chancellor to welcome you all here to Lampeter, to the University of Wales, Trinity St David, for this convocation. We come together to celebrate after 2 very difficult years in the context of COVID. It's so nice to be able to have a formal convocation back on campus. And for the next 2 weeks, we will be celebrating the success of the graduates of our university in so many cities and towns across Wales and also in England. We gather here in our traditional academic regalia, civic leaders, linking the traditions of the old medieval university world with the modern world. And we do that out of respect for you, the graduates that today will be leaving this university and starting on your professional careers or undertaking further research. We do that out of respect for what you have achieved. And let me first of all acknowledge how difficult it has been for you in the context of COVID. You entered the university and little did you expect that your world and our world would change overnight. And I pay tribute to you all for the way that you undertook your studies and engaged in your academic work within the university. We are very proud of you. Your parents, your supporters are extremely proud of you. If I could only capture the smiles on their faces, the glee in the eyes of some of your supporters, they really are proud of you. And can I suggest that there's never been a better opportunity than this afternoon than to ask them for that £5,000 towards that new car. I think you will find that the cheque will be in the post. But whether the cheque is in the post or not, they are very, very proud of you, because you have achieved so much in the context of your academic work within Trinity St David. But may I, on behalf of the graduates, also express their gratitude to you. It's not easy these days, supporting individuals through academic study. And I'm sure that you would want to express your gratitude to your family and friends for all of the support. Thank you. Diolch yn fawr. Your success depends upon the rigour of scholarship. It depends on the engagement of academic staff who will tutor you, who will support you during your academic career. And we are extremely fortunate within the university in our faculty. A faculty that not only supports the academic work of the university, but also undertakes in world-class research that places this university certainly on an international stage with regard to the findings of research and scholarship. And the recent REF results have clearly demonstrated that the academic subjects that are related and are taught from this campus are world-leading in so many areas. And that is through the due diligence and the scholarship and the hard work of the staff. And may I, on behalf of the Council, express our gratitude to you. And can I ask you to stand so we can applaud your work? Please stand. Diolch yn fawr i chi. As you know well, a university degree is far more than the recognition of academic knowledge. It gives you the opportunity now to reflect on what you have learned and to use that, hopefully, for the common good. And it is particularly true here in Lampeter, as we this year celebrate 200 years of lifelong learning. Yesterday, we had the honour of receiving our Royal Patron, His Royal Highness, to join us for the award of honorary degrees. And he noted and celebrated with us the importance of this particular location in the history of higher education in Wales. It was here where university education began, here in Lampeter. Bishop Burgess had a vision that offered the people of Wales an opportunity not only to engage in learning, but to secure the higher standards. And that has continued for 200 years. Tradition stands, and we now are not only celebrating the past, but also preparing for the future. And you are part of that future. You will be the change makers of our society. And let's face it, we live in a world that desperately needs new leaders. New leaders that will stand up for the truth, stand up for what is right. And that's not a political statement. The truth stands. If it is true, it is true. If there are values, those values stand. And what we need are change agents within our communities that are prepared with conviction to be change makers, to establish coalitions that will affect within our societies a real change for the common good. And what we hope today as you leave this university, that you too now will undertake that role as civic leaders of tomorrow. You take that responsibility and that you reflect upon your scholarship and you use that scholarship to make a difference wherever you go. Some of you today are gaining your BA. That's excellent news. Do remember, those are only the first two letters of the alphabet. There's so much more to learn within the University of Life. And as you learn through that University of Life, you will realize you will fail. Nothing wrong with failure. We've all failed. You learn, you move on, and you start again. And you reflect on that, and you build and make a difference. My plea to you as Vice-Chancellor is that you now have the confidence to be who you want to be, to stand up for what you believe in, and to use that as a platform to make a difference. Be confident challengers. Be honest facilitators. Be leaders of change. And when you do see somebody down, go down and support them and lift them up. Because as you do that, you will learn and gain in stature more than any PhD will ever give you, even from this university. Because the coalition of support, of creating a common good in our community, is at the heart what we believe in this university. We passionately believe in transforming education, transforming lives. Learn the value of humility. Never look down at anybody. Don't look up either. Just look across and be yourself. Because if you are happy with who you are and what you believe, then anything is possible. Later today, when I admit you formally to your degree, I will doff to you. And that is a symbolic symbol that the Vice-Chancellors of the traditional universities always undertake as they release you out into the world. And that's what we're doing. We're releasing you from the opportunities of the university to the real opportunities of the world, where you will make a difference. We want you now to be compassionate leaders that will take the values of this historic university next to your lives and make a difference. Whether you realize that or not, at the end of this ceremony, you will join a guild of graduates where there are hundreds of thousands of individuals who carry with them on their CV a single name. And that name is Wales, Cymru, the University of Wales. You become ambassadors of this great nation and of this great civic university. Be proud of the university. Be proud of our country that focuses on lifelong learning. And go out and make a difference. All I can say on behalf of the university is that we are extremely proud of you. And we will always be here to support you as you develop your careers. May God bless you, and may his countenance always be with you. Darparadigion y Brifysgol, braint arbennig I mi, ydy gael eich cyfarchu a dymuno'n dda I chi ar gyfer y dyfodol. Graduands, I wish you well. I bid you joy. Llongyfarchiadau.
Son pochi fiori la vostra vita sia chiudri consola. Vogliate gradir quanto vi posso offrir.
Gorau awen gwirionedd. Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol. Y cynhelir ar yr 8fed o'r Orffennaf 2022 yma yn y rhef Llanbedr Pont Steffan. Gynulliadau awdurdodedig Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant. I dderbyn i'w priodol raddau. Bersonau da ei gair sydd trwy efrydiaeth yn y Brifysgol a thrwy ddysg, medr a dyfalbarhad, wedi teilyngu'r cyfryw raddau, yn unol ag ordeiniadau'r cyrff dyfarnu, gyda phob gweddi a dymuniad ar iddynt fwynhau iechyd a hir hoedl i wasanaethu eu cenhedlaeth a'i gwlad dan fendith y nef. Yna, dy oleuni a gyfyd mewn tywyllwch, ath dywyllwch a fydd fel hanner dydd, a rhai a fyddant ohono ti, a adeiladant yr hen ddiffeithleoedd. Gorau awen gwirionedd. The best inspiration is truth. Be it known to members of the university and to all here present that authorised congregations of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, are being held here in the town of Lampeter on the 8th of July 2022 to admit to their appropriate degrees worthy persons who have, through study at the university and through learning, ability and perseverance, been deemed worthy of such degrees in accordance with the ordinances of the awarding bodies, in the hope that they may be given health and long life to serve their generation and their country under the blessing of heaven. Then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Byddai'r hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol bod Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant wedi rhoddi'r awdurdod i'r Athro Medwyn Hughes dderbyn i'w graddau, fyfyrwyr Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a nillodd raddau yn unol a rheolau'r Brifysgol. Gwelir enwau'r myfyrwyr y gellir ei derbyn i'w graddau yn y cynulliad hwn ar y rhestru printiedig sydd wedi ei dosbarthu. Let it be known to members of the university and to all who are present that the University of Wales Trinity St David has granted authority to Professor Medwyn Hughes to admit to their degrees students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have qualified for degrees according to the regulations of the university. The names of the students that can be admitted to the degrees at this congregation can be found on the printed lists that have been distributed.
Anrhydeddus is-ganghellor. Cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd doethur mewn athroniaeth. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have gained the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. David George Gregory. Adolfo Miguel Martins. Jean Evans Mehan. Richard Owen Watkin. Margaret Webster. Takwa Binti Zabidi. Anrhydeddus Isganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru a Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd meistr trwy ymchwil. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Master by Research. Troy Wilkinson. Christopher Donald Baldwin. Anrhydeddus Isganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd athro yn y celfyddydau. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Master of Arts. Claire Danielle Allen. Alexander Hamish Emmanuel Goodman. Luke Chris Marshall. Liam Anthony Raybold. Eleanor Rose Travers. Anna Elise Ellen Freeman. Amy Louise Kiley. Christina Panera. Diana Cleopatra Amelia Radcliffe. Danu Michelle Forrest Goodfellow. Pamela Thornbrough. Joanna Flitcroft. Leanne Crowley. Christine Elizabeth Harris. Michelle Emily Louise Holgate. Nicole Montag Keller. Melissa Janice Seymour Bennett. Octavia Rose Sheepshanks. Deborah Jane Ashby. Anrhydeddus is Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd athro mewn dywynyddiaeth. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Master of Theology. Maria Victoria Edwina Freeman. Graham David Richard Emrys Lloyd Roberts. Andrew Hayden Nelms. Anrhydeddus is Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd meistr mewn celfyddydau. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Master in Arts. Cameron James Wilson. Luca Francis Matthew Horton. Anrhydeddus is Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd ddiploma o raddedig. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a postgraduate diploma. Luke Eric Ernest Carter. Helen Floyd. Camilla Etimadi. Anrhydeddus is Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd dystysgrif ôl raddedig. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a postgraduate certificate. Lara Louise Hopkinson. Kate Elizabeth Williams. Anrhydeddus is Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd ddiploma graddedig. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a graduate diploma. Rory Alexander Castle-Jones. Elizabeth Melder Grantham. Anrhydeddus is Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgybl o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd dystysgrif graddedig. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who has gained a graduate certificate. Elizabeth Ann Harley. Anrhydeddus is Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd baglor yn y celfyddydau. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Penelope Forder. Danielle Lisa Castling Alexander. Emily May Callan. Lillian Honor Earp. Matilda Gronwy Jones. Lorna Juliet Kelly. Sean Robert Kirkham. Jessica Emily Plunkett. Rhiannon Watts Robinson. Anna Rishenda Matthews. Jake Rory Linton McGrath. Alexander Robert Naylor. Jacob Summers. Jade Mayer Wilsoner. Helen Alice Douglas. Paul Cameron Manton. Sophie Margaret Keddy. Daniel Gwilym. Emma Nicole Hartley. Catherine Isabel Hermione Jewson. Sam Morgan. Tobias Theodore Olds. Kaylee Marie Roberts. Bethany Jade Townsend. Sian Elizabeth Davis. Jessica Lauren Evans. April May Dale Griffiths. Kalinda May Black. Karen Ann Davis. Amy Louise Ferguson. Flavia Stevens. Joshua James Selwyn. Kaylin Williams. Matthew Charles Cowley. Melissa Pack. Nadia Marie Seal. Patrick Francis Matthew Sweeney. Paula Jane Bollen. James Lloyd. Angharad Mair Lloyd. Bridget Anthea Thomas. Anastasia Margaret Sadler. Elizabeth Elise Wright. Rebecca May Calder. Elizabeth Alice Ann Cowdell. James Anthony Mills. Sophie Olivia Taylor. Finnegan Douglas Over. Thomas Smith. Jennifer Ann Brown. Jane Elizabeth Manley. Kirsty Harve Phillips. Pretty Sabrina Nathan Shukala. Jonathan Brian Butterworth. Bernadette Patricia Horton. Annie Florence Thomas. Rebecca Jane Carlton. Gemma Michelle Bynum. Alan Ormston. Neve Patterson. Lee David Stevens Perkins. Jodie Spackman. Christopher James Willingill Griffiths. Lucy Smith. Paul Ian Adams. Lex Matthew Balmores del Rosario. Rachel Owen. Melanie Nyango Bararasara. Susan Jane Fullwood. Natasha Olga Jane Coombs. Laura Jane Evans. Ruth May Hardy. Bethan Catherine Watts. Wendy Eileen Linda Cossack. Esmeralda Isabel Benagoo Luckman. Iona Asha Mokampuri. Bonita Begum. James Henry Paul Barrow. Emily Howell. Elizabeth Ann Langshaw. Georgia Lowry Williams. Alison Teresa Lillian Forbes. Vicky Louise Illingworth. Amy Leanne Seal. Celine Emily Louise Cuddy. Anrhydedus Isganhellor, cyflwyna fi ti ddisgybl o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd dystysgrif addysg uwch. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who has gained a certificate of higher education. Cihan Hokadla.
Will all the graduates that have just been presented to the university, would you please stand? Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol amddiriedwyd i mi, derbyniaf chi i'r graddau priodol ac i holl freiniau y graddau hynny. Yn enw Prifysgol Cymru, y Drindod Dewi Sant.
Boed eich gofal yn wastad, dros lwyd ac yn rydedd, ein prifysgol a'n gwlad.
Croeso i sefydliad graddedigion y Brifysgol.
Llongyfarchiadau a croeso i Gymdeithas Lampeter Pont Steffan.
Llongyfarchiadau, congratulations. You are now graduates and ambassadors of Wales.
Anrhydedus Isganhellor, cymeradwyaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant, nad ydynt yn presennol yn y seremoni hon, ond sy'n gymwys i dderbyn cymhwyster. Mae eu henwau wedi eu cofnodi yn ganolog. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I commend to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who are not present at this ceremony, but have duly qualified for an award. The names of these students are recorded centrally.
Y Brifysgol amddiriedwyd i mi, derbyniaf y myfrwyr hynny, a nodwyd eu henwau ar y daflen i'r graddau priodol. And through the authority invested in me as Vice-Chancellor, I admit those students as noted in convocation.
Anrhydedus Isganhellor, cyflwyna fi ti ddisgybl a enillodd ysgoloriaeth y Brifysgol. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student who has won a university bursary. Gwobr Leslie Charman am ymrwymiad rhagolor i astudio mewn addysg uwch a ddyfarnwyd i fyfyrwyr sydd wedi dangos cefnogaeth, anogaeth ac ysbrydoliaeth gwych i fyfyrwyr a chyfoedion eraill. The Leslie Charman Prize for Outstanding Commitment to Study at Higher Education, awarded to a student who has shown great support, encouragement and inspiration to other students and peers. Jessica Lauren Evans.
Call upon the Student Union President. This is the final year for Professor Christine Jones before she retires from the university. Professor Jones has played a key role within the university for nearly 30 years, and in particular here on the Lampeter campus, as a senior lecturer, a professor, an eminent academic within the Welsh Department, as Pro-Vice-Chancellor, and also as Dean within the Athrofa. Her contribution has been outstanding, and it would be only right and fitting that we as a faculty and you as graduates will express your sincere gratitude and wish her well for the future.
Bulada Pau, we are gathered here today to celebrate our academic achievements. So, congratulations all. For many of you in this room, this has been a long time coming due to a pandemic. Today we are celebrating not just one year group graduating together, but 3, and on the bicentenary of the university opening its doors to students and allowing further education in Wales. During our time in university, we have overcome many hurdles and trials, the main one being COVID. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. COVID affected us all because it changed how we studied and our university experience. And let's face it, university is hard enough without having to go through a pandemic. But I truly believe we overcame this because of the family feel Lampeter provides. During our time in university, we have changed. We have become more knowledgeable and wiser, and I think we can give most of the credit to our lecturers for that. This graduation is a ceremony, is a celebration of a chapter of our lives which is coming to an end. But by completing our degree, it has opened new doors and opportunities for us all. For many of you in this room, you have already started the next adventure of your life. That could be going into further education or getting a job. But either way, today is a celebration of all the hard work you have done. So take a photo to remember this joyful day. To end my speech, I would like to say from the student body a thank you to the university staff, the lecturers, student services, learning support, the chaplain, and even the porters. And a special thank you to our family and friends who we would not be here today without their help and support. So thank you. I believe we can all agree that our time at university will never be forgotten, and today is a day to remember for the rest of our lives. Diolch yn fawr.
We note the appointment of professors of practice of the university, and we welcome them to the fellowship of the university. Yesterday, we had the privilege of presenting worthy men and women for honorary degrees of the university, where His Royal Highness presented those degrees. It gives me great pleasure this morning to invite one of those eminent individuals to address convocation. Can I call upon the Lord Griffiths of Berryport to address convocation, please?
Vice-Chancellor and honoured friends and colleagues and members of the congregation of people who've come together today, I salute you. I'm closely enough involved in higher education in a number of places to be able to guess some of the travails that you've gone through over the last 2 years. It has been a testing time, and great heroism has been shown, and a consistency on the part of those providing education to ensure that the very least damage should be done in the time that we've had to endure. So well done to all of you at home, as well as in the study, and those holding fast to the shape of this university and its offering through these testing times. It's as an imposter that I speak, and I won't keep you for long, I promise. But I have to say that Lampeter figures so highly in my own mind that I must beseech all of you to do me a great privilege today. I'm the product of a number of places of higher education, and I receive a welter of information and documents pleading with me for a little money, asking for me to be fully supportive of the most recent development. But I keep in touch with Lampeter not as an alumnus. I came to Lampeter when I was the age of you graduates. My interview for the job of assistant lecturer in the Department of English took place when I was 21. I was 22 when I came and began teaching the history of the English language, the origins of English drama, poetry and literature from Beowulf to Chaucer in those halcyon days, now gone. Long time ago. So long ago that I can report to you, which you may not believe, that I actually came here by train. It's a different way of saying that I was born in the year King Uzziah died. But here I am in my sort of latter days, introduced in a formal way to the fellowship of this college. I say this college fully aware of the other campuses on which this extraordinary university flourishes. I pay my tribute to the Vice-Chancellor and all who stand at his side and behind him in achieving the most extraordinary progress for this hydra-headed institution that is offering, I think, a unique combination of learning, preparation for the workplace, community development, and I think national well-being. It is an astonishing achievement. But I have my links with Lampeter, that train, that English department. I was here when they opened the library, and Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, came to do that. Women were admitted in my time. I remember Lampeter when there were no women. And I will not report what activities we got up to as a result of that fact. I also played rugby for the college since I was the same age as the students. Played against an international 15, for example, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of rugby. Not only was higher learning brought to Wales via Lampeter, but the game of rugby football, rugby union football, came this way through Lampeter too. So in so many ways, we had a ceremony yesterday. I was able to announce what it was announced on my behalf. My wife is here, that she accepted my proposal of marriage at the 9th time of asking, but only on condition that since she was committing the rest of her life to a fierce Welshman, she insisted that the announcement be made on St. George's Day. The college ball that year took place on April the 22nd. And we went to the ball, dressed in our glad rags, and the photograph is there to prove it. We were quite handsome in those days. And at midnight, Humphrey Lyttelton, no less, stopped the music and announced the fact of our engagement to a rapturous round of applause from all present in what at that time was the old dining room, is now the hall where we received our honours yesterday. So it's for very special reasons that I came back, and yet there was something missing. And I ask you, now I crave your indulgence to make good that omission. I was received into the position which allows me to wear these robes yesterday in the presence of the Prince of Wales. It was a lovely occasion. and it was a token of the esteem in which this place is held by the highest in the land. But I insisted on coming here today and not getting our train home to London this morning, because I want to feel I've been part of a graduating class. And yesterday didn't quite manage that. And so I want to be part of the 2022 promotion, with your permission. I hope that you don't mind. I shall wear the badge of honor proudly. And whatever I can do to further the interests of this college and this university, I promise to do. Already there was a great gift that you may not be aware of. On Tuesday, on my way home from the House of Lords, I looked on my phone and saw that 2 eminent cabinet members had resigned. How happy was I? And I know we're not supposed to be political, and of course you can trust me not to be. But I am a member of the Council of Europe, and I go to Strasbourg for meetings on a regular basis. And my WhatsApp from Strasbourg is full of messages saying that they're saving up enough money to send a certain person by deportation to Rwanda. My dear friends, thank you for the privilege you've afforded me. Thank you, Vice-Chancellor, for including me, although you might not have if you'd known everything I was going to say. And I say to you all, congratulations, félicitations, longa varhiadai.
Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Chair of Council, Lord Griffiths, fellows, academic staff, can I, on behalf of the University Council, extend to you a very warm congratulations on your achievements. The only thing I can say after listening to Lord Griffiths is, follow that. But quite simply, we are very proud that we had the opportunity yesterday to identify those individuals who made a major contribution in the life of this nation, and especially in terms of their connections and relationship with this university. I congratulate Lord Griffiths for everything that he's achieved. And quite simply, we are glad that you can be a part of this congregation today. And, well, you will always be a true member of this family. A diolch yn fawr I chi am popeth chi'n neud ac am eich cyfraniad hefyd. A few weeks ago, someone said to me, Chair, you're a very humble person. And as I was smiling with gratitude for such a comment, I was taken aback when they followed up by saying, well, you've got a lot of things to be humble for. And the reality is, I think, all of us, in many ways, have got a lot of things to be humble for. The story of this university is a story of vision, a story of a bishop who came from England to Wales, who decided that he wanted to ensure that there was an institution here of higher education after Oxford and Cambridge. In Wales, we didn't have such an institution. First thing he did was learn the language. The other thing he did was create an institution with the help of King George IV, which, yes, trained men in those days for for ministry in the church. But he had a greater vision than that. His story is a very interesting one, because his vision was to ensure that any individual, irrespective of which background they came from, had an opportunity. And those still are the core values of this institution. Because we don't discriminate against anyone, irrespective of where you come from, or what your culture is, or what your religion is, or what your non-belief system is. That is irrelevant to us. What is important to us is that you have a potential to fulfill your aspirations and to make a contribution in your own lives and in the lives of the community. Your story today, and I'm sure if we had an opportunity to hear your personal stories, they would be very interesting. Most likely, they're highlighted with challenges, difficulties, sometimes with events which have knocked you back. But each story is important, because your stories impact on your families. I've seen the smiles and the joy, as the Vice-Chancellor has indicated, on the members of your family and friends today. They are thrilled. They are so pleased at what you've achieved. Because you now are role models within your own community and amongst your own friends, you have a responsibility. Because academic excellence is only one part of the story. There must be an element of value to what we do and what we contribute within society. And that's why I started my story today in relation to the word humility. Thomas Merton, the Trappist monk, priest, and theologian, once said, "Humility is the surest sign of strength." It's not about weakness. It's not about not doing things in the right way. It's about having a value system which helps you to see things differently. And I think what communities require today are people who are willing to identify with them, who are willing to listen to them. Because quite simply, there are voices out there who are not listened to. There are people out there who have been sidelined. There are people out there whose stories are not as positive as yours. But the reality is, in your roles, with your skills, and with your gifts, you can bring about transformation. When we talk about this university as transforming lives, transforming education, we want you to be ambassadors of that change within your own communities and within your own country. You now can be very influential in the kind of communities we develop. Because critically, what this country needs more than anything else is community cohesion, where people can understand each other, where people can accept each other, where people don't sideline each other, but make them feel a part of this community and a part of this nation. Can I say, it's been a long morning, but I hope you enjoyed it. But the reality is, may I offer, on behalf of this University Council, my sincere congratulations. We are very proud of you. You are part now of our family and will always be. Your story is intertwined with the story of the University of Wales Trinity St David's. And many congratulations on what you've achieved. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Will you please be upstanding to receive the university standard? Gorau awen gwirionedd. Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol fod y cynulliad hwn bellach ar ben, ond y byddwn ni yn parhau i gyflwyno graddau yma yn Llambed Pont Steffan y prynhawn hwn, yn enw Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant. Be known to members of the university that this convocation is now at a close, that we will continue this afternoon here in Lampeter to confer the degrees of the University of Wales, Trinity, St David. Hir oes i Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant. Fe ddwn ni ar seremoni ben trwy ganu y ddwy anthem.